Because
how about, if I may take you back to the issue of the fleet of vehicles that were given to parliamentarians? I mean, up to today, there's not been any official, statement or official issue being made to say, okay, these vehicles were donated or were given to the Gambia or to the president by this. What we knew from this, the presidency, from the government, was that anonymous. It was given to the Gambia by anonymous.
I mean, that is certainly, I think it is regrettable, and I think this was the president's own explanation, and of course, from that it does appear to me that was certainly not something maybe donated to government of the Gambia. So I'm not sure whether I'll be able to draw a distinction between president and government as such. But then certainly such donations, I think, when given to whether to the state or to an individual, the donors, the philanthropist, I mean, should not remain anonymous. I think the donor, the identity of the donor should have been disclosed. What I find a little bit redeeming about it is that the president didn't use them personally for his own personal use. No, to my knowledge, nor did he give it out for the use of members of his family or close friends and so forth. I mean, he gave it to an institution, the National Assembly.
But when he first gave it to them, it was his name, it was the president's name that was there until it was changed to National Assembly.
No. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That even though it came in his name, he didn't use them for himself. Nor did he use it for members of his family. When he gave it to the National Assembly, and which is an institution, one of the oversight institutions in the country, gave it to them, and that is what I find a little bit redeeming about it. But otherwise, if that not had happened, I mean, I think there will still be a lot of questions to be asked. Right. A lot of questions to be asked. Yeah. Why did he receive it? And was it this anonymous donor? Is he in any way expecting to enter into any contractual relationship with the government of the Gambia and so forth?
Why would anybody just up and
so really, I think with that one side, once there's a willingness to accept the gift, there should also be the willingness to disclose the identity of the donor.
And personally, you took a lot of criticism for that. I mean, a lot of people say at the time you were in a position to at least come and challenge the presidency and the president as to who the donor or the donor was or the donors were, but then you kept quiet, at least in public, because your party had the numerical strength in the parliament, and most of the recipients were from your party.
Well, I don't think this is a number of numerical strength of the recipients, I mean, whether there was only one member of another party who received it or not, I think it's inconsequential, I mean, it was received by virtually all the members of the National Assembly, except a few. All the members received it. So why should Ousainou Darboe be criticized for it? Why aren't you saying that Hamad Ba? Why aren't you saying that Hamad Ba should be criticized? Why aren't you saying that OJ, then he was minister? Why shouldn't he have been criticized for it? Why Ousainou Darboe as a person? What's the reason for that? And I think really this is the sort of prejudice that Ousainou Darboe has for several years been subjected to. People just have prejudice. They are prejudiced in their thinking about him. They are prejudiced, in their beliefs about him. for no other reason other than him being Ousainou Darboe and leader of the United Democratic Party.
But can't you at least understand this particular one, because you fought all your life as a lawyer and as an opposition leader, the lack of transparency?
And that is why I said that what I found redeeming about it is that the president didn't use it for himself. He did not give it to members of his family. He gave it to a national institution.
But would it,
that national institution, obviously has, the right, the power, and authority to raise questions about it on the floor of the National Assembly, and the president could then give an answer. So if really there is nothing, that I find personally, untoward about it, why should I be criticized?
Thinking about it now, would you have done anything different, especially with regards to questioning publicly where it came from? You must understand that when you are in government, in a minister, a lot of things that you do are done behind the closed doors. And if, as a minister, I want to take an issue with the president, I have to resign from government, and that's the decent thing to do. And I didn't find, at this particular issue, I didn't find anything in it that warranted or could have warranted my resignation. And then go on publicly, question or attacking the president and making inferences or suggestions that I do not have anything to support that will support them, because the conclusions that you would want me to draw is that he must have been involved in some corrupt practices, and I do not have evidence about that. I can just go. I cannot go on. On a voyage of conjecture and say this might have happened. This might have happened. I think I should be more responsible. I should not be expected to do that. I should be more responsible. Let's move on, Mr. Darboe.